Well, guys, a really fun game, a great finish, great rally by the Bears to take this to overtime. But I think with the Vikings getting the win, what I'm most struck by is the way that it seemed like even with the furious rally by Chicago, it seemed like Sam Darnold and the Vikings offense had an answer every time they needed it.
That was really the story of the day. Sam Darnold played another clean football game, and it's kind of been the story of Kevin O'Connell's tenure with the Vikings. They find a way to win these one-score games.
It's a skill that can never be underestimated, is the ability to find ways to win football games. And they've been able to do it without Aaron Jones being a big contributor, but Aaron Jones was back today, and we felt that that was going to be a big deal. Justin Jefferson has one catch for 7 yards going into overtime, and to keep somebody like that in check and still not be able to win the game, and that's where Chicago is. Chicago does not know how to win these style of football games, and they've been in a lot of close games, especially when you look back at them this year. We talked about resiliency in the game. How many more times can this team bounce back from heartbreaking losses like the Hail Mary in Washington, the loss to Green Bay Packers last week on the last-second field goal, and in overtime today to another division rival with the Vikings?
That's you're so right. And y'all were talking about it before the game even got truly goofy, is that the Bears were so close to this being a completely different game. You know, you have the blocked field goal, you have the overturned Keenan Allen catch in the first half. I mean, Caleb Williams' performance today was incredibly encouraging, but at some point, you do have to worry about that when that turns into results for the Chicago Bears, don't you?
And that's been the story all year, whether it's the Hail Mary against Washington, you think about it, Daryl, how different the vibe would be around Chicago if one or two things goes their way. Because remember, for the first month and a half of the season, the Bears were in the mix in the division.
Yeah, you'd be 7-4 right now with just those three games that we talked about. That's an amazing, different perspective for this team. So you wonder how many more times can they keep going through this without the, oh my gosh, here we go again. Their confidence has got to be on the cusp of being shattered, that when they get into these situations, they start to wonder when the bottom is going to fall out and the bad players are going to happen. There's flashes of really good football from this team, and especially Caleb Williams, like you talked about, played great today. But then there's other times where it's just, how can we still be doing that in Week 10?
We'll see where the Bears go from here. But, man, the one team in this division that nobody was talking about before the season was the Minnesota Vikings, and they are assured a winning record before we even get to Thanksgiving. What a fun game. What a fun season for them. Guys, this was a blast. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much.
Take care, Dave. Happy Thanksgiving.